Chris Norris here from mining.com.au. Joining me today is True North Copper Managing Director Marty Costello. Marty, great to see you again.
G'day, Chris. How are you, mate?
Very well, thanks. Marty, the True North board has signed off on your Cloncurry Copper Project mining restart plan. What does it mean for the company?
This restart plan and getting the approval for this restart plan is a culmination of 6 months of significant work with all our operational teams and our technical teams. From drilling to mine planning and engineering has resulted in a very productive and profitable plan being approved by our board. What this means for the company, it allows us now to transition the company from a developer to a producer in early 2024.
You plan to announce the details of the finalised mine plan in early 2024, but what does the timeline for the restart itself look like in your view?
Chris, we'd hope to get the initial reserve statement for Wallace North as well as the updated reserve statement for Great Australia out prior to Christmas. Unfortunately, due to Christmas being Christmas and everyone taking holidays, we were unable to achieve that milestone, particularly with the consultants, the availability of consultants. However, our plans will be announced, that the reserve statements as well as will be announced in early January. What that means in terms of actual mining will shortly take place, commence mining shortly thereafter. We envisage sometime in late January, early February.
And Marty, talk to me a bit about your Mt Oxide project. What are True North's 2024 plans for this asset?
Well, Chris, we went to the market late this year to get some money to fund our exploration program for next year. Mt Oxide, we've got some great leads to go at Vero. Coming up, we have an updated resource statement for the Vero resource. We're hoping to get that out in January. Following that, we have some of the most exciting prospects, in my opinion, in Queensland at the moment for copper and cobalt. We've got the historical Avina mine, which is only 1.2 kilometres north of the Vero resource, as well as the historical Mount Gordon mine. These locations have no recent drilling in them. BHP did some drilling in those locations in the 70s. Peru did some drilling in the sort of late 90s, early 2000s. Those two historical mines have really interesting geology. They're a long strike from the Vero resource and up a long strike, the same to the gunpowder mine, the Capricorn copper mine, which is 20 kilometres to the south of our project. We're really excited to start drilling activities at those deposits in the new year, once the wet season has passed us.
And finally, what's your outlook for the wider copper and critical minerals markets next year and beyond?
Chris, we live in really interesting times at the moment. We have a number of large producing mines in the Americas. These mines represent percentages of the world copper production are being stopped. Production's being stopped due to protests, court action. So the sovereign risk issue is really, really prevalent. I think on a macro scale, the copper macro is still price positive. You can see the consensus pricing for copper continues to rise above sort of $9,000 USD into late next year, into the year after. What that means for us is, I think you'll see the investors turn to more safe jurisdictions like Australia and Queensland. And I think that really positions us well to be a copper producer in a very safe jurisdiction, very solid, rock solid mine plan supported by reserves, fully permitted with great mine life going forward.
That was Marty Costello, Managing Director of True North Copper. Marty, thanks very much for your time.
Thanks, Chris, and I hope you have a great Christmas, mate.